Hiya, and welcome back to After Class. The game that teaches us that Lars is life, Lars is love. Anyways, let's just hop right in. I need to think of more creative shit to say. It was a cold night, the stars were shining bright, no one was around the road, just you and Lars. Hiya, that makes me incredibly uncomfortable. That text makes me incredibly uncomfortable. Let me just... There we go. I keep forgetting to turn it off. Every single time I go to test the microphone in Streamlabs. Lars stayed quiet the whole trip. You tried to come up with a conversation, so you decided to ask about what food he wants to get. Hiya! What do you want to get when we're there, Lars? Where are we going again? The food court in Publix. I've never been there before. I see. He doesn't look like he's lying. I might get something cheap since you're treating me. Don't worry about that, actually. I have a lot of money to spend. My parents send me spending money every month. I told them not to send me money, but they still did it anyway. So, I ended up having more money than I needed. You're one pampered kid, huh? No, my parents just... Ugh. I know, I'm just teasing you. You don't look like a pampered kid to me. Yep, and hiya. We're on Lars's route now. Why do you guys enjoy teasing me so much? Nothing, just talking to myself. Alright. I wonder, what's his story? I'm curious, but I don't think I should ask. At least not yet. I don't come here often, actually. At least not coming here to eat. Didn't you tell me that you moved here several years ago? Yeah. How come you never went here? I don't like going to a crowded place. If you say so, let's go inside. Welcome to Publix. Oh, it's you. Oh, Anders, doing your shift? Yeah. How's it been? Decent. I'm almost finished. Well, that's good. I'm going to the food court now. See you later. Have fun. Lars had been following you from behind. You felt like he was tugging on your shirt sometimes. You looked at him, and he looked very uncomfortable. Everything okay there? Yeah. I'm just not used to this place. Why is it? No reason. Let's just find something to eat. Okay. After taking a quick stroll around the food court, you found nothing that really caught your eye. You decided to order fast food. Hey Lars, is fast food okay? Sure. Then what do you want? He squinted his eyes. He seemed like he had trouble looking at the small text on the menu. I think hot crispy chicken is fine. Alright. Chicken, huh? You like fried chicken? Very. Since there were already people standing in line, waiting for their turn to order, you decided to be quick about it. Some of them were looking at the menu behind the counter, some looking at you briefly. The anxiety started rising within. There was no time to waste, so you decided to order the same menu. You ordered 2 sets of the hot crispy chicken combo. Once it was paid, the time for seat hunting commenced. You looked around. There were lots of people eating here. Couples, families, people who sat alone. You name it, you got it. Despite the crowd, you managed to find empty seats quite easily. Once you were seated, you glanced at fidgeting Lars. It seemed like he was really nervous, so you did your best to distract him from what he was feeling at the moment, calming him down in a sense. Moments passed. Lars seemed to be calming down. He started to look like he was enjoying himself even a little bit. The waiter came with your order and he put your food on the table. As he did that, you saw that Lars's eyes were following the waiter's hand. Lars's eyes were following the food, to be exact. The food on the table might have had a positive effect on his mood. Why am I laughing? You sure you weren't just hungry? No. I'm just not used to this place. And hungry, apparently. I could see your eyes following the food, Lars. Yes. Anyway, let's eat. I'll have one of these. The rest are yours. Really? Yeah, enjoy. Thanks, Walter. Don't mention it. You ate dinner with Lars. Yeah, my dog's being weird. What are you doing? Yeah. Thanks for the food. Don't mention it. It's getting late. I think we should go home now. Yeah. You left the food court with Lars. Thanks for treating me dinner, Walter. I owe you. Nah, don't worry about it. Really, I enjoyed the company. Okay, anyway, you're always welcome here. Good to know. I'll try to visit you whenever I can. Alright, thanks again. You're welcome. I'm going home now. Goodbye. You're ready to leave, but Lars stopped you. Actually, I'll walk you home. I'd feel bad letting you walk alone. Huh? I'll walk you home. Oh, okay. You don't have to do that, though. I want to. Let's go. Okay. You let out a relieved sigh. You were actually a little bit scared to walk alone because you weren't used to the place yet. You couldn't help but feel happy that he wanted to walk you home. So, Lars, what is it? What do you do for a living? He didn't answer and kept looking forward. Nothing? You just camp out there? Interesting. Are you actually one of these internet stars? You post pictures of you camping and you gain money from it? He looked at you, jaw dropped. A few moments later, he closed his mouth and was ready to say something. But he didn't. He put his paw on his forehead and shook his head instead. Did I say something weird? No, it's not important. Let's just get you home. I know, I've actually been thinking about that because I've been keeping an eye on Far Beyond the World. I have like a weird little schedule in my mind. Actually, let me pull up the YouTube playlist menu so I can sort of show you my thought process behind this, because it's weird as fuck, but also makes a bit of sense once explained. Let me open up the menu, go to YouTube Studio. Honestly, polling it would probably be a better idea, but I'm still going to, like, show the sort of process behind it that my brain does. Display capture, and here we are. So right here, Far Beyond the World is, before Liar. So, if we don't end up pulling it... yeah. So if we don't end up pulling it, then Far Beyond the World would go first because it's older. It's like, and even with this, because Distant Travels is the oldest non-finished VN in the series, or whatever, Haya, then it would take first priority. Yeah. That's sort of how my brain works, but honestly, I feel like a poll would be better suited, because it just would be. And here we are. Thanks for walking with me, Lars. Don't mention it. I'm going back to the camp now. Okay, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Huh? Oh, okay. See you tomorrow. You entered your house while Lars headed to the gate. You locked the door and headed to the living room. You looked around. There was no one but you and these boxes lying on the floor. It was lively when Lars visited earlier. Now the living room was back to the way it was. Feeling tired, you headed to your room immediately. I'm tired. You were so tired you just sunk yourself into your bed as soon as you reached it. You looked at the ceiling, thinking about Lars. What does he do, really? I'm curious, but he wouldn't tell me. Did he just camp out there for no reason? Or was I the one who just assumed he camps there? But he told me that he was camping. Now I doubt myself. I guess I'll ask him tomorrow. You closed your eyes, ready to go to sleep. Right, I haven't showered nor cleaned my teeth. You opened your eyes and got off the bed to go to the bathroom. I'll just skip shower tonight and just clean my teeth. You entered the bathroom, washed your face, and cleaned your teeth. After you were done, you turned off the lights and headed to your room. Once again, you sunk yourself into your bed and were ready to sleep. You closed your eyes, drifting into sleep slowly. This is new. Ow! Hey, are you okay? I'm fine. Your arm is bleeding, though. Wait a minute, let me find you something to treat it. Alright, that should do it. Thanks. How did you get hurt? I just tripped. Be careful next time. I will. Good. What are you doing here? I'm just passing by. Huh? You live near here? Yeah. I've never seen you before. Well, I have to go. See you later. Huh? Okay. Thanks for helping me. It's no problem. What's your name? My name? My name is... 10 minutes ago. Camping, huh? I couldn't tell whether he was serious or not. I guess I'll let him know when I have the chance. He scratched his head and kept walking. Oh well, meanwhile, I'll just play it cool. I wonder how can I get food tomorrow? I'll just find a way, like usual. Lars, come live with us. Come live with us, Angel Muffin. Big Kitty, come live with us. The alarm you set last night just went off. Because it's Walter. Okay. You know this is Walter we're talking about, but how hasn't he figured out Lars' situation? But no, because he's Walter. I thought we already established this. He doesn't have any brain cells. He's in brain cell debt. He's got negative 32 brain cells. Zero brain. No brain. Just no brain. If you bonk on his head, it will sound hollow. You moved your hand around trying to find your phone. After a few seconds, you finally got the phone. Still half awake, you opened your eyes. Turning off the alarm, you looked at the time. It was still early. Still early, like I expected. But I should wake up. I don't want to oversleep. It's like that post I read the other day. The most dangerous game is resting your eyes after you turned off the alarm clock in the morning. Yes! Yes, that is a very dangerous game. And yet every single important day where I have an alarm set, I play that game. Every single time. You got up and stretched your body, then headed to the bathroom to shower. You took a warm shower, brushed your teeth, and did whatever you needed to do. Whatever you need to do. When you were done, you headed to your room to get dressed. Since it was still early, you decided to eat breakfast. There's nothing too exciting inside the fridge. You grabbed whatever you could eat and made breakfast from these ingredients. After you ate breakfast, you grabbed your bag and headed to the school. I wonder if Lars is here. It's still early anyway, so I won't be late to class. Curious, you headed to the campsite. Ain't risking it. I ain't risking it. We saw Lars's clothes on the ground. I ain't risking jack shit. I ain't risking anything. You saw Lars cleaning himself near the river. You wanted to go there, but you didn't want to make it awkward. Not after yesterday's accident. He left the tent open, though. You wondered if it's okay to go inside the tent or not. I want to go inside. I'm curious about what he brings with him. Your eyes kept looking at his tent. I suppose not. He said I can go whenever I want, not enter the tent whenever I want. I guess I'll just wait here until he's finished cleaning up. Still keeping it up. There we go. He's wearing pants. Thank God. Lars walked toward the tent. As he walked toward it, your eyes met with his. Not sure what to do, you hid near the bushes. Why am I hiding? He stood there for a bit, saying nothing. You saw his ears twitching, then he turned his back, staring at the bushes. I'm not sure why you're hiding. Our eyes literally met earlier. Hiya. Embarrassed, you walked out of the bush. Me neither. I just felt like I invaded your privacy. Okay. He entered the tent to put his dirty clothes away. He walked out wearing his new clothes, which has the same pattern as his usual clothes. He peeked inside. It seemed like they were the same pair of clothes. He snapped his fingers in front of your eyes. Done looking around? No, that's not it. What are you doing here? I didn't expect you to come here that fast. Walter is Walter. Yes. I'm just passing by. I thought it was still early, so I figured I'd stop by and say hi. Okay. Say, did you sleep well? I did. That's good. I don't know what to talk about. How about you? Yes? Did you sleep well? I had a weird dream, but I did. Oh, mind telling me? Yeah, it was about... You're going to tell him, but you forgot what your dream was. Big brain moment. Bruh.mp. And it popped up as a hyperlink. What happens if I click the link? I forgot. That's too bad. Another time then. You sat there for a bit and chatted with Lars. I should get going now. Already? Yeah, I have classes today. Okay. I'll come back later if you don't mind. About that. I won't be here later. I'll be in the park. Oh, okay then. I'll stop by later if you don't mind. Alright. Well, see you later. Walk safe. Will do. You left Lars's camp and headed to the school. Again, this is Walter that we're talking about. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, but we love him. Let's see. Thursday is Mr. Parker's class. To his class I go then. As you walked into the classroom, you saw Mr. Parker sitting in his chair, looking at the paper in his hand. He noticed you walked in, so he put the paper on his desk. Good morning, Walter. Good morning, Mr. Parker. How are you feeling today? He is a single-celled... He is a single-celled organism. Indeed he is. How are you feeling today? I feel fine. How about you? That's good, and I'm alright. What are you doing? You seem troubled. Just the usual teacher stuff. No worries. Being a teacher can be stressful, you know. I wouldn't know. Anyway, would you like to go to the cafeteria with me later? I skipped breakfast, and I'd enjoy the company. I'll think about it. Good. I'll be waiting in the cafeteria after school. Don't worry if you can't make it. Okay. I gotta answer this phone. Excuse me for a bit. It's okay. I'll go sit down. With Mr. Parker answering the phone call, you headed to your seat and waited for class to start. You sat down, put your bag down, and played with your phone. Soon after, Mark came into the classroom and sat next to you. Yo. Huh? Mark? That's me. You're not late today, huh? That's good. Kidding. You come to class today. That's good. He put on an innocent face as if he didn't understand what you said to him. What do you mean? Nothing. You went back to the phone, trying not to give him any more attention. So, how did it go? What? You kept playing on your phone. Don't play dumb. Come on, tell me. I don't know what you mean. Mr. Stone, I was talking about him. Mr. Stone, who? Mr. Parker. Now you can't focus because of what he said. What do you mean? I saw you talking with him earlier, and I overheard him asking you for a date. No, that's not a date. He only asked me to go with him. Sure, buddy. But I wonder if you'll go. Why did you say that? No reason. Right, on the way to school, I saw someone wearing a blue, what is it called again? A tank top? Yes. What about someone wearing a blue tank top? I remember seeing you talking to him on the first day of school. Yeah, that was scary. I accidentally bumped into him. I thought he'd kill me right there. It turns out he's a gentle person sometimes. Yes, anyway, I was curious about him, so I went to his place. At least I thought that was his house. Turns out, he's homeless. Really? He told me he just camped there, but then again, I was wondering about that too. And I didn't want to assume anything. No one camps in the middle, no, behind someone's private property, Walter. I don't know if you're just dumb or, I don't know, you're just too naive. I guess you're right. I'm always right. And you know, I saw something a tad interesting in his tent. What is it? I'm going to the restroom. I had coffee and donuts. Nature is calling. He stood up and exited the classroom in a rush. Wait, tell me! You can't leave me hanging like that! I'll die curious if you do that! Mark went back from the restroom right before the class started. He rushed to his seat before Mr. Parker started the session. Better! Please tell me what you meant earlier. You came before we started the session, Mr. Thornton. That's good. Thornton? That sounds familiar. I'm a good student, Mr. Stone. What do you mean? This guy. Also, we're in class right now, Walter. Pay attention. He opened his book and started listening to the lecture. Fine. You listen to Mr. Parker's lecture on prose poetry. Mr. Parker ended the session. Before he left the room, he smiled at you. When he left the room, Mark got up and stretched his upper body. So, are you going to your cafeteria date with Mr. Parker? Or maybe you'll go to another date? I will decide later. I'm still mad. Either way, I'll be in the playground. Hit me up if you want me to play with you. Catch you later. He walked away before you could say anything. He seemed to do that often, you said to yourself. You walked out of the classroom, heading to the hallway. I'm feeling hungry. Should I stop by the cafeteria? Yeah, I think I should. When you were on your way to the cafeteria, you randomly remembered about Lars. Now I see why I meant by that. Damn it, Mark. You checked your phone to see the time. It seemed like you can only visit one of them at a time. But I don't know where the park is. You open the map on your phone looking for the location of the park. I might as well look for the playground while I'm at it. It didn't take too long for you to find these places. Not what you were expecting, actually. Now I have to decide where do I want to go. Decisions. Ugh. All that. Okay. Do we want to go to Mr. Parker's quote-unquote date? Big Kitty. Wherever the fuck Mark is. Or home? Even hesitate. I already told Lars I'll see him later. It'd be rude if I don't show up. You decided to go to the park. You strolled around the park looking for Lars. There were lots of people around here. Kids playing on the ground, couples walking hand in hand. And even singles. For example, you. Wow, calling me the fuck out. After walking for a while, you saw Lars sitting beneath a tree. Staying cool in the shade, he looked rugged, probably just finished exercising or something. His eyes were closed, he was breathing slowly, looking relaxed. Some leaves fell onto his clothes. You couldn't help but think that he kind of looked like a stray cat. He always looks so tired every time I see him. You approached him and called his name. Lars! He didn't hear it, so you called his name louder. Hey, Lars! Oh, I'm up! It's you. What are you doing here? I told you I'd come to the park, didn't I? Oh yeah, you did. My turn to ask. What are you doing here? Me? I was just doing some volunteer work. You finished, so I was taking a break, staying in the shade, trying not to overheat. Yeah, I know it's not even summer, but it's too hot after walking around the whole park. I see. I certainly understand you on that part. What kind of volunteer work did you do? Cleaning the park, picking up trash, plastic, leaves, and such. Ah, you did great. The park is really clean. Thanks. Why are you doing volunteer work anyway? Suddenly, his ears dropped. He frowned and didn't say anything after that. He felt bad for asking that. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Okay. How was school? It was alright. Had English today and headed out as soon as it ended. English class, huh? Yep. Who's your English professor? Mr. Stone. Do you know him? I'm just curious, that's all. Anyway, do you want to come over later? Oh, to your place? Yes. Sure thing. I kind of liked that place. That's good to know. Oh yeah, there's some... He stopped halfway when he saw someone walking toward both of you. Give me a moment, okay? Take your time. He approached that old man and you heard them talking in the distance. It wasn't exactly clear, but you could still hear their conversation just fine. Yeah, we finished cleaning. Everyone has already left, but I was tired, so I stayed in the park to rest up for a bit. I see. Thank you for your hard work, Lars. Here's your payment for today. You don't have to do that, really. It's a volunteer work. I did that because I wanted to. Yeah, the same goes for me. Really, that's fine. Just take it, Lars. You're part of Highwell. We can't just ignore you. But I said it's fine. They can't just ignore him? What does that mean? The old man kept insisting Lars to accept the money. Eventually, Lars agreed to take it. If you insist, thank you very much. Good. And it's no problem. I'm here to tell you something, too. What is it? Deciding not to listen anymore, you walked near the tree, sat down, and played on your phone. The old man still talking with Lars. You looked at Lars. For some reason, he seemed really down. I wonder what's happening over there. He doesn't look too good. You kept playing on your phone and tried not to pry for now. I'll ask him when the time is right. I don't want to make the situation worse. For now, Let's just play this new vocal droid game until he's finished talking. I can't understand the interface. It's all a language that I can't understand. What to do? I am confusion. I am confusion. You kept complaining, but you still played the whole game. You looked at Lars while talking with the old man. They sure were taking their time. I'll just keep playing this game. As you started the song you wanted to play, Lars walked towards you. He sat down, then looked at you meekly without saying anything. Project Sky. I keep hearing that. What He hugged you suddenly. Your phone fell out of your hands. My phone! What's up with him? That's something he certainly wouldn't do. Yes! You were going to pat his back, but he got up. He got back up. Sorry about that. It's no problem. What happened, if you don't mind telling me? I'd rather not talk about it right now. I'm going back. Do you still want to come with me? Which one? Do we want to go with him or go somewhere else? Hutsane Muki. Here we go. We got the off-brand. Obviously. Yeah, let's go. But where are we going? To my place, of course. And you're going to help me clean up my stuff. What? Why? Don't ask why. And it's too late to back up now. He patted your back. He patted your head, then he got up, walking to the distance. Seemed like his mood was getting better. I'm glad he's feeling better now. At least I'd like to believe so. You grabbed your phone, got up, and ran after him before he walked too far. Wait for me! Welcome to my den. Cozy den. I know, but we must clean this place up. So, it looks like the same. What are we cleaning? Everything. I'm leaving this place. Why are you leaving? Where are you going? You don't have to tell me, and I won't force you, but I'm willing to listen if you need to rant. Alright. Wait, why are we cleaning this place if you're supposed to leave? There's no way I'm leaving my items behind. He went inside the tent to put everything outside. Sleeping bags, water bottles, dirty clothes, and whatsoever. Fair point. He got out of the tent and then started undoing the tent. How long have you been staying here? Not that long. Less than a year? I don't remember, honestly. You sat down on the ground while Lars kept undoing the tent. I see. You looked at him, sort of sweaty, you thought. Just looking at him made you hungry for some reason. What am I thinking? So how about food? I, sometimes go to eat near the local restaurant nearby. Or if I'm feeling adventurous, which is almost all the time, I go outside to forage, you know, like wild fruits and flowers. There are a lot of edible foods out there if you know what you're looking at. You can eat flowers? Some, yeah. How about those tomatoes over there? Tomatoes? What tomatoes? I don't remember growing tomatoes here. You showed him these tomatoes growing near where you were sitting on. It looks plump and juicy. Those aren't tomatoes! Please try not to eat it. Those fruits are poisonous. They contain solanine. Oh, I wouldn't know. If I were hungry, I'd just eat them, thinking they're wild tomatoes. I don't know what solanine is, but I'm just going to trust him. Just remember, there are no edible wild tomatoes. Maybe there are, but I'm no expert, so I'm just playing it safe. Huh, okay. Well, going back to work. Alright. I just realized there's nothing to do. You can take it easy then. Don't worry about it. Okay, what happened to helping you clean your stuff? It was a joke. You're my guest. Sit down and enjoy the view. Oh, I'm enjoying it all right. Look at these muscles. How can I not enjoy them? You sat down on the ground again, looking around the area. You observed these tomatoes again and several wild plants around you. Are they really poisonous? They look perfectly fine to me. Well, I'm not going to find out too. You can't really tell by looking at it. Hey Lars. Yes? How did you know these are poisonous? I heard people talk about it. Plus I learned in high school. High school? Biology. Right. He had finished undoing the tents, then he moved to packing his stuff. You, meanwhile, continued observing the plants. After a while, you got bored with the plants, so you turned your body and looked at him. He's really working hard, huh? I wonder if he works out. His body looks so... Ugh! So good! Meanwhile, me, just a slab of walking mess. He moved around, grabbing everything he needed. Then he noticed you were looking at him all weird-like. You okay? You've been looking at me for quite a while now. Nothing, just getting distracted. Alright, just wait a moment. I'm almost done. Okay. He started folding his clothes to the bag. Even though he lived inside a tent, he kept his stuff neat and clean. He folded everything neatly, putting them into the bag carefully. It still surprised you that someone looking as rough as him can be really gentle. After some time, he finished folding all his clothes. The only things left were his underwear. He grabbed them quickly, and instead of folding it like his clothes, he just shoved them in. You could see he was looking a bit embarrassed. He's just so cute. After this, I'll go back to my place, I guess. Oh, where's your place? Somewhere in this town. Is he? That didn't answer my question. You have somewhere to stay? For some reason, you saw him wince a little when he heard your question. Yeah. Yeah, something is up. Maybe Mark's right. I'll try to ask him again. Where is it? Why do you keep pestering me about it? I just want to know. I don't want to tell you. Ouch. Why did you avoid my question? Why are you lying to me? He stood there for a while, not saying anything. What do you mean? I'm sorry if it came off as rude, but you're homeless, aren't you? What messy execution. You could have used different wording. Yes, I am. Is that a problem? Not at all. Why is everyone judging me because I don't have someplace to stay? Calm down, Lars. I didn't say that. He stepped closer and raised his voice. You couldn't help but step back a little. Did you? I can see it on your face. You're acting all naive and shit, but I'm sure you're talking behind my back. What? No. I thought you were different, but I guess I was wrong. So what if I'm homeless? Why can't I live in peace? I didn't give anyone trouble. I'm just like you guys. I know. No, you don't. You don't know shit about it all. You're just a pampered kid. Everything goes nicely for you. Give me a break. Don't act like you know how I feel. Listen. You tried to grab his hand to calm him down. He pushed your hand away in response, accidentally hurting your arm with his claws. You realized that he hurt your arms, and he looked a little bit shocked. Listen to me. I'm sorry if I said wrong. I'm sorry if what I said was wrong, but I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted to know. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry if I did. And you said that I'm a pampered kid? Everything goes nicely for me? How dare you? I act all happy-go-lucky and stuff, but that doesn't mean everything goes well for me. I'm sorry for whatever happened, so he had to leave. But you can't just take it out on me. I don't know how you feel at all, but at least I'm trying to. Not like someone that just snapped in front of me and started talking nonsense about me. You idiot! You're awful! Walter. You pushed him away, then walked away out of anger, leaving him alone. How dare you do that to Big Kitty, Walter? How dare you? You walked away from where Lars's tent was, in front of the building. There was a small playground nearby, and you approached it. Right? Seeing that Lars didn't come after you, you decided to stay here instead of heading home directly. Stupid Lars. I only wanted to ask and help him. Playground. Is this the playground Mark said he'd wait for me at? Might as well sit here for a bit to collect my thoughts. That's all you had to say, Walter. That's all you had to say. Just live with me, Lars. You approached one of the swings and sat on it. You rocked it slowly as you collected your thoughts. I feel bad about saying those awful things to him. But he said something about me too. I just couldn't accept it. He shouldn't have said what he said. That was mean. Maybe I should apologize to him. It was my fault to begin with. Who are you apologizing to? What? Someone grabbed you from behind, causing you to jump out of the swing abruptly. You lost your balance and fell down to the ground. You okay, buddy? Ah! Suddenly you felt a surge of pain in your right arm. Ah! I'm sorry. I didn't know you were hurt. Let me help you get back up. Mark? You're still here? Not really, I left, but I decided to go back here for some reason. I thought I'd sneak up on you and cheer you up. But we know how it went. He helped you get back up. You sat down on the swing again and you looked at your right arm. What happened? Wait, are you hurt? How did you get hurt? Mark looked genuinely worried. Maybe a little too worried. It's okay. It's no big deal. No big deal? It's bleeding! You didn't realize that until Mark told you. Ah. Yeah. It looks like a claw mark, too. Who did this to you? Tell me. It's nothing important. Don't mind me. I can't not mind it. This is a serious problem. Really, it's fine. Just a little bit of bleeding. It'll stop. If you don't want to tell me, it's fine. But let's get your wound treated first. I don't have anything at home, so we might have to go to Publix to get the items. I insist. Let's go. If you don't want to treat it, it's fine. We should at least disinfect it first. Don't want you to get infected. Capiche? You felt there's no point to argue with him, so you decided to go with him. As soon as you got up, you felt a drop of water on your ear. Seemed like it was starting to rain. Yeah, that's not good. Let's rush before it starts pouring down. Okay. You headed to Publix with Lars. With Mark! Ah! So many big cats. Big kitties. Both of you rushed to Publix, hoping you reach Publix before it rains. Thankfully, you arrived before it started to rain. We made it! Yeah. Right, we should go inside and get the disinfectant. Do you want to come with me? Which one? Walter, we know you don't have a brain, but holy shit, why the fuck did you say that to Lars? Why the fuck did you hurt him like that? You had one job! One job. I want to go inside. Good. Then come with me. Oh, hey. Hi. Lay down. Lay down, Bubby. You headed inside with Mark. Welcome to Publix. Hey, Anders. Hi. Walter, you're hurt. Yeah, he is. Sorry for asking you this, but would you mind keeping him company for a bit while I'm looking for disinfectant? Hey, I can walk with you. Sure thing. It's next to the bread aisle. You heard the guy. Stay here with him. I'll be right back. Okay. Mark went to get the disinfectant, leaving you here with Anders. How are you feeling? I'm feeling fine. That's good. What happened? I'd rather not talk about it. As you wish. Thank you. Don't mention it. I'm going to get something real quick. Don't worry about customers. It doesn't look like anyone's coming in or out of here anytime soon. Huh? Okay. He walked out of the counter and walked off somewhere else. You looked at the cash register. It's an old one. Next to it was a sketchbook, possibly Anders's. You wondered about what he draws. He kept the sketchbook closed so you couldn't see what's in it. He hadn't come back. He leaned on the counter looking at the entrance. A lot of people are taking shelter here. Looks like they're trying not to get wet. I wonder how Lars is doing. He doesn't have anywhere to live now, does he? And it's raining too. I hope he's okay. I want to go home, to be honest, but Mark dragged me here. Speaking of Mark, he's taking a really long time. He's really taking a long time to get the disinfectant. Soon after, Anders came back, holding 2 cups with him. Here you go. He handed you a cup. It feels warm to the touch. You looked at it. It was a cup of warm milk. I figured you wouldn't like coffee or chocolate, so I gave you milk. I hope that's okay. And don't worry about paying. It's on me. It's wonderful. Thanks, Anders. He doesn't show it that much, but he's a good guy, I guess. I don't know why they're avoiding him. Maybe there's something I don't know yet? Oh well. I'll be right back. You didn't miss much. Lars hurt Walter because Walter was being a little brat or something. I don't know, Walter was, like, being rude, but, like, in a good way. Like, good rude. If you can be rude and in a good way. Like, helpful rude, you know? And they're back. They kind of got in, yeah, they did kind of get into a fight. Where, Lars scratched Walter on the right arm, and he's bleeding. You sipped the milk slowly. Ah, so good. Of course, I made that milk. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Oh shit. What does that mean? You looked over his chest. Judging from his shirt, you could tell that his pecs are big. I suppose they are big enough to produce milk, aren't they? Am I drinking his milk? Now that I think about it, that sounded really wrong. No shit! I didn't mean it like that. My bad. Like, what the hell? Oh no, just like regular face. Just regular face. Like, you can't see it, and I do not know why, but I'm like smiling right now. I'm like smiling right now. I don't know why. I've just been smiling the entire time. I do not know why. Before your mind goes somewhere else, I didn't produce milk. What you're drinking right now is condensed milk. Yeah, oh no, he needs to learn about social. He's like Walter, he doesn't understand social cues. Oh, no problem. I didn't think of it like that. Mm-hmm. He put his coffee on the counter. Would you mind if I looked at your arm? Sure thing. He grabbed your arm gently and applied pressure near the wound. Does it hurt? Not that much. It's just a small scratch. True, but they can be painful, like paper cuts. Oh yeah, they hurt so much, I wonder why. Paper makes a shallower wound than other cutting injuries. So, why does it hurt so much? It usually doesn't bleed that much, and the nerves around the cut area are exposed to air. Without a blood clot to protect them, they can hurt more. And possibly last longer, too. I see. How did you know about that? I read on the internet once. I have experiences with paper cuts, too. Art guy here. Makes sense. It must be tough. A little bit. So, are you guys going to talk and hold hands like that until it's closing time? Mark's back with the disinfectant. Looks like he brought some cotton buds and several items unrelated to your wound. Maybe he's running an errand? Who knows? Apologies. I forgot about it. It's okay. I didn't realize he was still holding my hand, too. I got the disinfectant and some cotton buds, too. You have to pay first. Can't let you use it just like that before paying. Right. Well, let me get my wallet first. There's no need. I'll pay. Huh? But it's from... I'd feel bad if you did it. These are my items. There are my items, too. You don't have to pay for it. Okay. Is he mad? I feel bad for letting him pay for my items, but he's so persistent. Mark paid for the disinfectant, and Anders gave him the change in a pack of adhesive bandages. I was going to apply that to his wound, then I realized we hadn't disinfected it yet. Well, we gotta do it now. Hold the bottle. I'm gonna get the cotton buds. He handed you the disinfectant. You held it while Mark got the cotton buds. When he was done, he asked you to give him back the disinfectant. He applied the disinfected cotton buds on your wound. You winced at the pain, but it didn't last long. Oh, sorry. Did it hurt? Just a little bit. Don't worry about it. He continued cleaning your wound with it. After he finished, he put the band-aid on your wound. One thing that you noticed was how cute the band-aid was. It had this little bowl pattern on it. Done. Now looking nice. It feels weird on. It'll be a pain to remove it later. Don't say that. It's true. You're not careful. You could end up missing a patch of your fur. Ah! Don't scare him like that. It's not true. These bandages are suited for us. You're no fun. Oh, thank goodness. Make sure you change it each day to keep the wound clean. Reapply the disinfectant when necessary. A small wound like that shouldn't take too long to heal. You know a lot about this. Let's say I have experiences with that. I'm done. Anders, please. Anders, please, please. For the love of God. It's already awkward enough with... Anders, it's already awkward enough with conversation. I don't need to hear about your sex life. You spent time with them until the rain stopped. Right there. You know a lot about this. Let's say I have experiences with that. Just Mark's face just goes from that to that. You spent time with them until the rain stopped. Before you left Publix, Mark handed you the disinfectant, cotton buds, and bandages. You said goodbye to Mark and parted ways. Andrew stayed in Publix because his shift hadn't ended yet. Oh? The sky had turned dark by the time the rain stopped. You reached the place where Lars hurt your arm this afternoon. Standing there all by yourself, you looked at the sky, and the stars were slowly revealing themselves. Then you looked at the lone, tall building, thinking about him. Is he still there, I wonder? You looked around. There was nothing left there. I feel disappointed that I didn't find him somehow. Probably. It's only been days since I knew him, but seeing this place without him standing idly nearby, it feels pretty strange. I wonder where he went to. I hope he's okay. It's a shame that I don't have any means to contact him. Does he have a phone even? I don't know. Let's just go home. With questions lingering in your mind, you decided to go home. You reached the familiar scenery near your house, and since you didn't feel like standing still to scramble around inside your backpack for house keys, you decided to look for it while walking toward your home. Because you didn't look forward, you forgot to notice that there was someone standing and staring in front of your house. At least you were close enough to notice that it was Lars. He was drenched and looked like he would pass out anytime soon. Did he? He noticed you standing behind him. Walter. He limped toward you and hugged you all of a sudden. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Hey, Lars, what are you doing? I was wrong. I hurt you. Please don't be mad at me. Calm down. I wasn't mad at you. I said it in the heat of the moment. I didn't mean it. I promise. He let you go from his embrace and grabbed you by the shoulders. You mean it? Mm-hmm. Look, I even got my wound treated for free. He hugged you again. Thank goodness. I'm glad. You're drenched. Were you here the whole time? I felt awful for hurting you, and as soon as it rained, I came here to check up on you. I thought it would be only fair if I stood here until you're not mad at me anymore. Walter. I mean this in the nicest way that I possibly can. Let's see if I can find it. Can I find it? Walter, I mean this in the nicest way that I possibly can. Bring that kitty inside! Alright. I don't have a ring, but I have a bracelet. Lars. I am on one knee. Please marry me. Anyways. It's my punishment. I deserved it. Don't worry about me. Lars, please, for the love of God, get the fuck inside right now. His speech was gradually getting slower and slower until he eventually stopped saying anything and had his whole body weight pressing you down. Lars! You touched his forehead. He was burning up. His temperature was high. How am I gonna bring him inside? I can't just let him pass out like this. I'll make do. Let's just hope I don't strain my back. You tried to carry him inside, but he was too heavy for you. You could be Lars's housewife, even though the house is yours. Oh my God. Gah, that didn't work. I'm sorry, Lars, but I have to do this. You decided to drag him into your house instead. Finally, everything's inside. This guy weighs a lot. That makes me wonder how heavy Anders and Mr. Parker are. Y'all are already making plans for after you marry Lars. can worry about that later. I need to do something about his temperature. And my dirty floor. You headed to the bathroom to check the medicine cabinet. This thing labeled as acetaminophen should be fine. At least according to the internet. I don't know if that's what it does. I don't know. You grabbed the meds and put your disinfectant cotton buds and band-aids inside, and headed back to the living room. Man, fuck the floor. We have a big kitty to take care of. We do have a big kitty to take care of. Oh! When he reached the living room, Lars had woken up. He was sitting on the floor, probably confused. Hey, you're awake. How are you feeling? My head hurts. Take this. You gave him the meds you took out from the medicine cabinet and a glass of water. He looked at it before gulping one down. Thanks. I'll go soon, once I'm feeling better. Take your time. Can you move? Yeah, why do you ask? Do you want to lie down on the couch? It's better than sitting on the floor. But you should change your clothes first, though. Take a quick warm shower, too, if possible. Right, sorry. Give me some time to get changed. Okay, you know where the bathroom is, right? Yeah. He grabbed his bag and headed to the bathroom, still somewhat limping. I should wipe the floor while he's in the bathroom. I heard it's bad for wooden flooring. Soon after, Lars approached you and stood next to the couch. Would you mind if I sit here? Go ahead. There's room for another. I didn't know he had another set of shirts. That looks good on him, not gonna lie. Big kitty, come here. Ah. He walked past you, and he smelled nice, too. Once he sat down, you looked at him. He was looking far more refreshed than before. You just realized that his fur was really soft looking compared to what you'd seen a few days ago. You were tempted to touch it, but decided not to. Thanks. Don't mention it. He didn't say anything after that. He focused his attention on the TV instead. They told me that the owner of the house came back. They wanted me to leave as soon as possible. Huh? Oh, that sucks, Lars. I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay. It's not your fault. Okay. I'm going to ask this again, but please don't be angry. Where are you going to go next, then? I don't know. I'll probably leave this town. Oh. He's leaving? But that's too soon. If you're leaving, can I contact you? I don't have a phone or whatnot, so I'm not sure. I see. Then why not stay here? Took you 4 days. 4 fucking days to say that. I wish, but it's wait, what do you mean? Stay here, in this house. I don't mind if you're staying here. That's... Come again? I don't want you to go, if I can help it. This place is too big for myself anyway. If you want to, I'll call the landlord and tell him. I'm pretty sure he won't mind as long as we're paying. Let me think about it. Don't take too long. Okay, okay. What's the catch? There's no catch. I just want to help you. I can't do that. If you insist, you can do chores and stuff. Pretty sure I can handle it myself, but I wouldn't mind another helping hand. I suppose I can do that. Well, I'll stay here for a while if you don't mind. Not at all. Welcome to the household. I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. Thanks. There's one problem, though. What is it? I only have one bed, and it's not big enough to fit 2 people. Walter. That is a load of bullshit, and you know it. I mean, it fits, but not big enough to move around comfortably. Yeah, that's fine. I can sleep on the couch. If you're okay with it. Yes, I'm already glad you want to take me in. Sleeping on the couch is way better than sleeping inside the tent. Great. Now I'm going to call the landlord. Be right back. Okay. You grabbed your phone and called the landlord. The call went to voicemail. You called him again. He picked up the phone, and you told him that a friend of yours is staying with here for a while, and you wondered if he's okay with that. He agreed to let Lars stay with you as long as you followed the rules, which is not that strict. You thanked him and hung up the phone. He said you can stay here as long as you follow the rules. And the rules are? Well, you know, stuff like that. Wash the dishes, take out the trash and all. Nothing too important, really. Long story short, just take care of this place and you're good. Yeah, I can do that, yeah. Cool. Since you're staying here, why don't you put all your stuff to my room and we'll have dinner? We're going to order something here since I don't want to go outside right now. It's cold. Alright. He grabbed his bag containing his clothes and headed to your room. Don't forget to take out your dirty clothes and put them in the washer. Will do. With Lars in your room, you ordered something to eat. Lars, what do you want for dinner? Whatever is fine. Cool. Fried chicken it is then. Fried chicken it is since he liked it. You ordered fried chicken. A lot of fried chicken. Now we're just going to wait for the delivery guy. I'm going to put these boxes away meanwhile. You got up ready to move the boxes, but Lars approached you and stopped you from doing so. I'll take care of them. Just tell me where I should put these boxes. Your arm is hurt. You shouldn't do anything that'd strain your arm. It's no big deal. I can take care of it. Just let me repay you this way, yeah? Fine. Just put them to my room. I'll see if there's anything I need inside these boxes later. Alright. Thanks a lot. Don't mention it. But even I can put these boxes away with ease. Oh well. You sat on the couch and watched the TV until your food arrived. Let Lars be the bed. Oh, jeez. Delivery from Publix. Oh, it's our food. Since Lars was putting away the boxes when the delivery came, you got up and opened the door. Like some kind of bartering, he handed you the food while you gave him some tip. Even though you didn't have to in Highwell, he bowed his head a few times and excused himself. Lars, just head to the kitchen after you're done moving them. Okay. With the food in your possession, you headed to the kitchen and put them on the dining table. Wow, this is the first time I have someone eating with me in my house. Oh no, he ate with me yesterday, yeah. I'm glad this room has 2 dining chairs. It'd be weird if one of us had to eat somewhere else. Lars headed to the kitchen after he finished moving these boxes to your room. We're having fried chicken again? Yeah, I thought you liked it. Well, I like it, but you don't have to get it tonight. You don't have to get it tonight. I ordered fried chicken because I wanted to. Okay. Well, what are you waiting for? Wash your hands and let's dig in. Yeah. Lars grabbed one chicken drumstick and started eating it. The way he eats is kind of cute. It seems like he's feeling better. I don't want to assume anything, so I'll just ask him. Say. Yeah? How are you feeling? Your temperature was really high earlier. Oh, that? It's gone. At least chew your food first. Sorry about that. It's gone. I feel perfectly fine now. That's good to know. He stopped eating suddenly, and it seemed like he had something to say, but he wasn't sure how to voice it. At first you didn't notice until you saw that he was fidgeting around, looking like he would cry anytime soon. I don't think I can emotionally handle Lars crying. I don't think I can handle it. Like, I would fucking die. What's wrong? Just wanted to ask how your arm is. Walter, hide the fucking arm. Oh, this? It's all good. Doesn't hurt anymore, even. I'm glad. I'm sorry. It's okay, really. Let's just eat the food before it gets cold, yeah? Okay, Walter. Thanks for asking, though, Lars. It makes me happy. You ate dinner with Lars. Thanks for the food. No problem. Just put it in the sink. I'll wash them tomorrow. Okay. Feel free to do anything you want. Make yourself at home. I'm going to watch TV then. Okay, I'll finish up and head to the shower. Alright. He headed to the living room while you're finishing up your food. Looks like he's feeling better now. That's good. There is a huge smile on my face and, like, nervous. I'm, like, nervous laughing right now. Well, let's put these in the sink first. You got up and put these dirty plates in the sink. You washed your hands, drank water, and headed to the shower. It didn't take too long for you to clean up since you didn't sweat that much today. You got out of the shower, dried yourself, and got changed. When you were done, you went to your room, grabbed a spare blanket for Lars, and headed to the living room. Hey Lars, here's a blanket for you. You put the blanket onto the couch. Oh, thank you, that's what I need. Glad to help. Well, I'm really tired, so I'm gonna hit the hay first. Don't forget to turn off the TV and the lights when you're about to sleep. I already locked the door, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Good night, Walter. Good night, Lars. See you tomorrow. Yeah. You headed to your room and went to sleep. That's enough TV for tonight. I'm tired too. Maybe I should go to sleep now. He closed his eyes, ready to go to sleep. Right, the lights. Lars got up and switched off the lights. Better. Day 5. After class. And we're going to leave off here tonight. For the first time. And, hang on. What part is this? Okay, what part is this? Hang on, let me check. What part is this? I'm checking right now. Mm. This is currently part 34 for the first time in 34 whole parts. Well, 33 technically. We are starting on a new day, which is amazing because that hasn't happened in that never happens. I feel like it never happens. Oh! It only took Walter, what, 4 days? It only took him 4 days. Anyways, not much else can be said, so stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Right?